Hello. Thanks, Porto Academy. That presentation began when I was 15 or 16 years old. I was a very stranger boy. I lived at that moment in a black and white film. My father died when I was 8. He was an important architect engineer in São Paulo. He died when he was very young. And maybe at that moment I knew that I will be an architect. And one day, cutting class, I was the terrible student, studying in the worst school in São Paulo, public school. I took a test to enter in high school, and I was in the last position, exactly the last one. And they sent me to study at night with 12 years old. And one day, cutting class as usual, it started to rain heavily. I entered inside a movie theater, and I saw a film that I didn't know what I was seeing, but changed my life. It was The Silence by Ingmar Bergman. I saw myself inside this film. And after the film, my life changed for color, for Technicolor. And I began to direct some short films. With a huge success. And in 1988, I decided to direct a long feature film with a friend in São Paulo, and it was a complete disaster. I was in the first years of my office with 6, 7 people, architects working there. I lost all my money. I bankrupt completely. I closed the office because I needed to stay 6 months, 100% outside. And of course, the few clients that I had at that moment, they disappeared. And let's begin.
Welcome to voice print identification. When you see the red light go on, would you please state in the following order your destination, your nationality, and your full name?
Moon, American, Floyd, Haywood R.
Thank you. You are cleared through voice print identification.
And after the incident of my long feature film, I gave up completely from movies, and I decided to be an architect full-time. And I was so traumatized with movies that I think I saw only a film. I watched a film only after 5, 6, 7 years. And in 2012, they invited our office to represent Brazil in Venice Biennale, and I decided to come back. We made a kind of a video installation. We filmed a house. We shot maybe 20 scenes, fixed scenes. I put cameras in different areas of one of our projects. And what happened during 10 minutes inside this house. in Venice, this is not a film, but it's a documentary about the installation. In a black wall, maybe 8 meters, 10 meters long, we put some peepholes that you could see what's going on inside the house. In the front side, the social part of the house, the back side of the house, where the employees live, and technical areas. And this is the film. Thank you. And that moment I liked to be in the game again. It was easy to do, and I tried to direct, after 2 months, another film with this friend, an artist, Lev Steen. She's also an advertising film director. And I tried to direct a film that it's a point of view of a cat in one of our projects. The cat is the only one who is a professional actor. And my son began to make some experience with films. Here with a friend, he's an architecture photographer. Obrigado. And this is also a film directed by Gabriel and Pedro Koch. This is a photographic studio in São Paulo, specialized in gastronomy. Okay. And this is a very, very rare project, a bookshop. Obrigado. I was visiting São Paulo. All the projects are in São Paulo. I was visiting an exhibition about Bauhaus, and I watched a film that they made in 1929, very, very, very naive, about one Marcel Breuer's house, and I decided to copy this film.
This home, located in the chaotic city of São Paulo, stands out for its consistent application of the latest innovations in housing construction and technology. The first thing we notice is a system of electrical pop-up grommet integrated in the countertop, providing electricity for this toaster. Just turn it on, and we will have some yummy toast for breakfast. The kitchen also includes the latest in appliances, like the drying racks built into the cupboard, and this garbage disposal built into the sink. This pipe, for example, links the kitchen directly to the garbage bin. Everything is linked. In the living room, the glass doors recess into the wall, creating an open space that every modern architect dreams about, the perfect dialogue between indoors and out. The fireplace is perfectly integrated into the architectural design and comes in handy on cold days. A central vacuum system does away with the grueling task of assembling and disassembling the traditional and unbearable vacuum cleaner. An advanced security system guarantees that the residents can sleep peacefully or watch closed-circuit TV. Who wouldn't like to have their own reality show? The office is integrated with the living room and has retractable electric desk outlets, allowing you to turn on the very latest in writing machines. Wooden panels can be adjusted for effective control of the sun rays. Next to the patio, Corten steel panels open and close, instantly transforming this space into a modern Italian pizzeria. There's space for several cars in the garage. Forget about street parking. Our city followed the American model and invested heavily in the automobile industry. This has made life totally impossible. The city's residents spend on average 2 hours in traffic. That is 8.33% of their lives sitting in a car. Next to the garage, there's a wine cellar with a crushed stone floor to soften an accidental fall of a Chateau Margaux 2009 vintage. Modern technology protects the vital signs of the home. There's solar and electric energy, in addition to natural gas and even diesel fuel for the generator when nothing else works. Here, for example, is a system that automatically injects chlorine into the pool. On the upper floor, with its 4 bedrooms, there's a chute that sends clothes directly to the laundry room. Floor to ceiling, closets have the latest sensors that automatically turn the lights on and off. A hallway separating the bedrooms can be used as a small waiting room. Everything is linked to everything else. Large glass panels offer us a fantastic view of the city. The entryway includes a mail delivery system that ensures total isolation from the outside world. The built-in intercom system allows perfect communication with the inside of the house. In short, everything is linked.
And this is my favorite film, directed by Gabriel and Pedro Cocchi. It's a fiction film. It's not what happened. There's about a fight, about a couple, about the architecture of the house.
And who wants this kind of house? Cold, dull, without life? This was not my dream. It was the dream of my ex-wife, Susanna. She insisted on straight lines, thin, light, and modern, without any ornaments. And I was in search of what I had always imagined, a beautiful neoclassical project, the symbol of permanence, all that I had achieved in life. Something with history. The project was the catalyst for the end of our marriage. I know that now. We were fighting from the beginning, from the purchase of the lot to the choice of architects. And that is how that hellish house in concrete, wood and glass began taking shape, started to burn. It was either me or the house. And where is Susanna now? At home. She thinks only about the house. She's in love with it and cares for it more than for any living human being. Susanna never had as much passion for me as she now has for those straight lines. She cleans every corner so carefully and lovingly, patiently arranges every object, and everything must be impeccable and in its exact place, except for me. There never was space for me there. The swimming pool was my only victory in the entire project after a lot of arguing. I bet Susanna never even went in for a dip. The kitchen had to be kept impeccably clean, no mess. Heaven forbid if I'd wanted to fry an egg, if I'd left one of those pans dirty. This aseptic, industrial-like rigor was unbearable. As long as Susanna is enslaved by the house, she will never be free. A house must be comfortable and have velvet curtains, golden metals, leather sofa, marble floors, plaster moldings, crystal lighting, just like a normal house. How could anyone be happy in that charmless, wide-open space? I want privacy in my life without having the impression of being observed at every moment. I definitely don't need enormous windows. And the architects, cynics, they think that the house should defy everyday life, teaching me how I should live. In fact, thinking about it, they're responsible for all of this. This situation will not last very long. She'll realize that she's been foolish, building that sort of house that way, the absurdity of her passionate love for this house. She will abandon the metallic door frames and come back into my arms. She will not resist, I'm certain of it. Shortly, she will take her eyes off the flat flagstones, and Susanna will be mine again. The house will be mine, and will be the way I've always dreamt, with pediments and ornamented columns. It will be a home as it should be, impressive and beautiful and classic.
Obrigado. And now the last one. We were invited to participate in an exhibition called Letter to the MAIO. I think it's going on around the world. And the version is Italian. We have in English and Portuguese, but I prefer the Italian one. Try to understand.
Gentilissimo sindaco, stenterà a crederci, ma questa è una lettera d'amore. Amore per questa città brutta, inquinata, molto caotica, parecchio violenta, irrispettosa, ma per qualche inspiegabile ragione una città che amiamo. Questa immagine arretrae San Paolo un po' più di 100 anni fa. Un mostro creato in appena un secolo. 20 milioni di abitanti in tutta l'area metropolitana che impiegano in media 1 ora e 44 minuti per spostarsi e giungere a destinazione. Il 7% della loro vita è confiscato. La linea metropolitana si estende oggi per un totale di 78 km, un numero assolutamente ridicolo in relazione alle dimensioni della città. I nostri governanti, con un'attitudine assolutamente visionaria, decisero di investire copiosamente nel settore automobilistico e di conseguenza nelle costruzioni di ponti, viadotti e strade sopraelevate. La buona notizia è che riusciamo sempre a trovare una soluzione creativa per risolvere i nostri problemi e in questo modo abbiamo dato uno dei maggiori contributi alla città contemporanea, un sistema di trasporto mai visto né pensato prima, il furafila. Tutti i sindaci hanno cambiato il suo nome, ma a me piace chiamarlo col suo nome originale, perché riflette un po' il nostro modo di essere, di trovare un escamotage per risolvere i problemi. Non è una LRT, non è una GBLT, non è una monorotaia, né tantomeno una tranvia. Il furafila è solo un umile autobus che acquisisce superpoteri quando entra in pista. Sensazionale. Non possiamo fare a meno di notare gli edifici della città, che ci fanno sentire in qualsiasi luogo del mondo con i loro infiniti stili. Neoclassico, neofrancese, egizio, fusion egizio-francese, neo-zombie, mediterraneo, mediterraneo light, chanfray e centinaia di altri, avendo così l'opportunità di provare l'esperienza di vivere a Parigi, a New York, a Shanghai o sulle isole greche. Chi ha questo privilegio? Nel centro ce n'è addirittura uno più antico, per coloro che temevano la guerra fredda. L'edificio Irradiazione. I loro nomi sono sempre in francese e in inglese. Molto chic. Recentemente, durante una passeggiata archeologica in città, ne ho incontrato uno con un nome brasiliano. Edificio Dona Zizazinha. Penso che gli abitanti provino vergogna a dire dove vivono. Da non perdere la visita ai marciapiedi accessibili che si possono trovare in alcune vie, come l'elegante Oscar Freire, dove hanno sbagliato l'esecuzione di tutti i pavimenti tattili. I ciechi non sono un problema, in realtà nessuno lo è. Mi piace camminare, ma è quasi impossibile utilizzare questa forma di trasporto, ma dopo tutto la municipalità non è responsabile per questo. Abbiamo 2,88 metri quadri di aree verdi per abitante, a fronte di un minimo di 12 metri quadri indicati dall'OMS, l'Organizzazione Mondiale della Sanità. Ma stiamo faticosamente cercando di migliorare questi indici con le nuove aree che sono recentemente apparse a San Paolo, ideali per un picnic in famiglia la domenica. E per finire una visita ai miei amici Silveras, che hanno una vista interessante su Monadnock, il grande verme, così viene chiamato, costruito dall'eminente ex sindaco Paolo Maluf nel 1970 e nominato elevado presidente Costa e Silva, in sacrosanto omaggio all'ex presidente generale. Il Monadnock percorre la città, o meglio, la distrugge, nei suoi 3,4 km di estensione. Fu costruito al fine di allevare il traffico delle strade centrali della città, che non possono essere allargate per aumentare la loro portata. Così la soluzione fu la costruzione di una strada parallela sopra i percorsi esistenti, in modo che la capacità di traffico venisse raddoppiata. Un altro progetto tragico che deve aver generato magnifici complessi. Dannazione.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Quick.